bottleneck. So don't be a bottleneck. Because a lot of people are the bottleneck. You are the bottleneck. If you're not experiencing, you are the bottleneck. So don't be that. And then so that Mr. George, I need this. I don't know why. So don't be the bottleneck. Today is 28. Okay, part 1. Part 2, 28 of 8, 2026. Okay, so we have here how to delegate effectively and scale your business. How to delegate effectively and scale your business. Okay, so we have outlines here for me and you. Okay, and the first outline here is context for the concept. About 2 outline here. How delegate the right task. Delegate the right task. Okay, so know what only you should do. Know what only you should do. Know what only you should do. Okay. Number 2, delegate to the right person. Delegate to the right person. To the right person. Okay. Match responsibility with capacity. Match responsibility with capacity. Okay. Delegate with clarity. Delegate with clarity. Okay. Never assume people know what you mean. Never assume people know what you mean. Don't assume. Never assume people know what you mean. Empower, monitor before you delegate. Empower the person with information. Have a discussion with the person. Monitor, put systems, KPI, DMO, SOPs, monitor, and hold people accountable. And hold people accountable. If you don't hold, it's not going to work. Delegation is not abdication. Delegation is not abdication. Abdication. Okay. So we started the class yesterday. I don't know why the sound system is not fully working. So all of you can come a little bit closer so that we can hear more. And it will help me not to be shouting up and down. So it's fine. And yesterday, I want to do some revision for those that are not with us yesterday. We started by saying that context for the concept. So we define delegation. So we said that delegation is the intentional process of assigning a specific responsibility or task to another capable person, giving them the necessary authority, resources, and clarity to carry it out while maintaining accountability for the expected result. Delegation is giving responsibility to the right person and empowering them to achieve an agreed result or outcome. Delegation is not simply telling someone, do this. Effective delegation includes a clear task or outcomes, the right person, authority to act, necessary resources and support, deadlines or expectations, accountability for results. So if you don't learn this part of leadership called delegation, you always get yourself stuck, overwhelmed, exhausted. Delegation is the act of multiplying your effectiveness by developing and empowering other people to take responsibility for maintaining results or outcomes. You delegate tasks, but you remain accountable for leadership. If your business cannot function without you, you have created a job around yourself, not yet a scalable organization. One of the greatest mistakes entrepreneurs do, one of the greatest mistakes leaders do, or business owners do, or professionals do, is to believe that being responsible means you should do everything yourself. At the beginning of the business, doing many things yourself may be necessary, but you must be deliberate and intentional to know that you are a salesperson today, accountant to your business, customer service representative, a marketer, operating manager, a problem solver at all at once can be accepted at the beginning of the business. You may not have enough resources to employ a lot of people. You have not a lot of resources to train and empower people. So delegate tasks to them, but it's okay. But remaining like that, my brother, my sister, is something very, very challenging, because it comes to a point where what helped you to start the business becomes the very thing prevent you from growing your business, your family, your anything you do. You're a pastor, you're a pastor in a church, you're a village head. What helps you to start is exactly the same thing that is preventing you from succeeding, from achieving maximum results. You cannot build a large organization with a mindset that says, if it's not done by me, then it cannot be done properly. That mindset sounds, like commitment. It sounds like, but it's a mixture of fear, insecurity, perfectionism, lack of systems, inability to develop other people. The truth is simple. You can do a lot alone, but you cannot scale alone. Delegation is not laziness. It is not abandoning responsibility. It is not pushing your problems on other people. Delegation is intentional transfer of responsibility, authority, accountability to the right person, the right person. Person you are going to pay salary, person you are feeding, person you are giving idea, person you are mentoring, someone that is looking up to you. Because if you are not feeding the person, you are not adding value to the person, don't expect much. That is the truth. Either you are giving the person idea, concept. So you have to understand that the right person is very important here. As a delegation is the intentional transfer of responsibility, authority, and accountability to the right person with clarity. Don't assume. Command resources, support required to produce an agreed result. Okay, so a leader who does everything eventually becomes exhausted. A leader who develops people creates capacity. A leader who creates systems, creates systems. A leader who creates systems, command create consistency. Who combine people and systems, you will definitely enjoy leverage. This is one of the major difference between someone who says, work hard, and someone who says, I will multiply results. So delegation is not losing control. It is learning how to control the outcome through systems and capable people. So if you don't delegate, it becomes a bottleneck. So yesterday, we moved to start saying, delegate the right task. So you should delegate the right tasks. And then definitely the first principle of delegation is understanding that everything should not remain on your table. One of the reasons leaders becomes overwhelmed is because they fail to distinguish between important tasks, important work, urgent work, routine work, work that requires their unique abilities, work another trained person can perform. Ask yourself, does this task genuinely require me, or does it simply require someone to take responsibility for it? This question can change the way you lead. What you should usually keep for yourself: vision, high level relationships, innovation, critical negotiations, strategic decisions, the culture you want to see in your family, the culture you want to see in your business, the leadership development activities that requires your unique expertise. What should actually delegate: routine administration, customer follow-ups, scheduling, data entering, social media processes, logistics, repetitive processes, operational supervision. Imagine a business owner who spends 4 hours every day responding to routine messages, okay, confirming appointment, preparing simple reports, following up on basic administration. The owner will definitely be stuck, overwhelmed, exhausted. He doesn't have time to think strategically. The problem may not be lack of time. The problem is the misuse of leadership capacity. If someone else can be trained to perform 70 to 80% of those activities effectively, the leader can redirect valuable energy towards growth, partnership, product development, and strategy. Delegation begins when you stop asking, Can I do this? And start asking, am I the best person who should do this? I keep saying, whatever you can do, others can do, delegate. Whatever you can do, whatever you cannot do, others can do, outsource. You can do, that is what you should do. A good leader can be, we'll do that right now. A story and Jethro, so many responsibilities. Moses was, and he called him, the way I'm calling all of us today, just to advise him to appoint capable men over groups of thousands, hundreds, fifties, and 10. The lesson here is that a good leader can become 18 verse 8. You and these people who came to you will only wear yourself out. You only wear yourself out. The work is too heavy for you. Jethro told Moses, you cannot handle it alone. If everything depends on you, you have not yet built a scalable organization. And there's nothing bad building everything alone at the beginning part, but you should have the mental, cognitive ability that at this point of my life, I will delegate this task. For example, in our business learning community, as you come in board as a partner, you have to read 2 books on personal development of finance. You have to get two of your friends to start mentoring them. Once they got on board, you'll become activator. Now you are now responsible to hold book summary with them, give them tasks. You are going to warm your contact. I will call for you. If you don't feel, and as you're going to spend more time with them, transfer your belief system to them, because the idea is to create an effective leader who knows how to delegate effectively, so that he will not form a bottleneck, a limitation to his business, get stuck, get exhausted, and get overwhelmed with doing everything. Anyway, as we keep going the training, let's begin to find out the right person you can actually delegate to. So let's move to outline number 3. Outline number 3 to the right on your note, delegate to the right person. Match responsibility with capacity. You know why? Because it's not yet enough to just be skillful and be talented. Are you the right person? Is he the right person? Is he going to give the task? Is he going to come back with a report? So it's very important you get to match it. Delegation does not mean giving any task to available person. Write it down, very important. Delegation does not mean giving any task to any available person. Delegation does not mean giving any task to any available person. You know why? They will abuse, they will mess up everything for you. So you need to first add value. You need to first give clarity. You need to first talk to the person. You need to first know him before you can delegate some tasks. Delegation does not mean giving any task to any available person. So you just available? No, no. It will end up giving you double work. Delegation does not mean giving any task to any available person. Full stop. One of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering these 6 things. One of the fastest way to become disappointed, one of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering, number 1, I'll write it for you. One of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering. One of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering, number 1, competence. Number 1, competence. One of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering, number 1, competence. Number 2, character. One of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering competence. Number 2, character. Number 3, capacity. Number 4, commitment. Okay. Number 5, experience. The person has no experience. You did not train him, no clarity, and you just say, they say I should delegate. The person is not trainable, is not teachable. Trainability is not teachable. It's not one of the fastest way to become disappointed with delegation is to delegate without considering competence, character, capacity, commitment, experience, and trainability. A person doesn't take instruction, you cannot teach him, you cannot train him, he's not teachable, it's not trainable, it's not teachable. And the worst thing to do is to work with the person who doesn't want to learn. Very difficult because you cannot teach him. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Before you start, from the first time you are doing book summary with the person, you will know the kind of character, the kind of person he is, because if the person is this person is trainable, he will follow instruction. If he's not trainable, he will not follow instruction, because poor men are like China phone. They don't obey instruction. Now tell your neighbor, they don't obey instructions. And a man, a woman, a mountaintop man, it's a value mentality. He's a mountaintop difficult to teach other person. So he cannot delegate any task to him. As a pastor, don't give him responsibility. As a village head, don't give responsibility. As a leader, don't give him responsibility. As a CEO, MD of a company, don't give responsibility, because the person is not teachable. You don't take instructions, you're going to get too frustrated, you get too disappointed. The right person is not always the person who is closest to you. That is not the right person. Write it down. The right person is not always the person who is closest to you. Full stop. The right person is the person who can responsibly grow into the responsibility. The right person is not always the person who is closest to you. The right person is not the person who is closest to you. The right person is not the person who is closest to you. That person is close doesn't make him a right person. The right person is a person who can responsibly, who can responsibly, who can responsibly grow into the responsibility. Responsibly grow into the responsibility. The right person is a person who can responsibly grow into the responsibility. The right person is a person who can responsibly grow into the responsibility. Responsibility means yielding to authority, yielding to instruction, yielding to accountability, yielding to to accept whatever outcomes, whether good or bad. That is the person you should work with. I said the right person is a person who can responsibly grow into their responsibility. Who is not ready to give an excuse? When somebody starts giving an excuse, my brother, I can tell you it's one of the red flags, because in my own definition, excuses are the currency poor people use it to buy failure. You know, all of you need naira to buy bottled water. All of us need naira to buy chair, need naira to buy car, need naira in Nigeria to spend. You need naira, you need dollars. So what people choose to buy failure, poverty, is excuses. A person who has bluntly refused, technically refused to always take responsibility. And how you know them? They don't like authority. A man without authority you cannot marry him, he cannot lead you. You go a tyrant very soon. Because how can you go to a man who doesn't have a pastor, who doesn't have a financial mentor, a business mentor, marital mentor, no mentor in his life? He's the Alpha and the Omega. Okay, if you get issue, who do you talk to? That kind of person, you cannot marry him, cannot do business with him for a long time. He's a tyranny. Very soon, his true color will come out. So we leaders, we study human psychology, human behavior, because we want to have a scalable business, a scalable organization, a scalable entrepreneurship project that we get ourselves involved. So do not merely ask who is available. Ask who is suitable, trainable, and accountable. Write it down. Do not only ask who is available. Do not only ask who is available. Don't just ask who is available for the task. Ask. Do not ask who is available. Ask. The question you should ask is that ask, comma, who is trainable, or who is trainable, comma, suitable, and accountable. Accountable. Accountability is very important, because whatever you cannot account for, you cannot modify. It overwhelms you. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, learn the skill of delegation. It's part of leadership. It's part of leadership. So don't get yourself stuck. I'm tired. You are the only one go to market. Come cook the food. Come dish the food. Come wash the plate. Sweep the floor. Wash the clothes. Everything. You go make the money join on top of the matter. Abba now. You just die. You just buy. You just buy, and you just see your life was cut short because you never learned the skill of delegation. You know, sometimes it sounds so spiritual. Nobody can do better than me. If it's up to me, I will do everything alone. It sounds so, but that is just fear, insecurity. It's just a perfectionism. You just want to do it your way. If it's not your way, it's not. Accept that you delegate this task to the right person and give it the power and authority. Whatever outcome is fine, because just take the responsibility. Now, I said I do not ask who is available, always ask who is suitable, trainable, and accountable. Some people need details, instructions. Let me write it like this. So you write. Don't forget this thing because sometimes you delegate without not doing the right thing, and now you are getting the result. You are complaining. Some people needs detail, detailed instruction, comma training. Some people need the instruction, comma training. I will recommend this one. Train the people before they get supervision. Some people need detail, of course, instructions, trainings, supervision, encouragement, comma. Some people need detailed instructions, trainings, supervisions, encouragement. Some people may be highly capable but not unsuitable because they lacked integrity and reliable. Okay, and encouragement. Let me stop there. Let me write this one now. Some people need detailed instruction, training, supervisions, and encouragement. Let's look at that. Some people may be, some people may be, some people may be highly capable, may be highly capable. So they may be highly capable, but unsuitable. Some may be highly capable, but unsuitable because they lacked integrity and reliability. Some may be highly capable and suitable, but some may be highly capable but unsuitable because they lack integrity and reliability. Some people may be highly capable but unsuitable. They are not suitable for the task. They are capable, but because they lack integrity and reliability, you cannot rely on them. You cannot rely on them. So that is why you cannot delegate that task. In this office, there are people that I know that can do work very well, but that's someone I don't send them. I will never send them because I know this one will always come back with excuse. And I've tried him 10 times, 20 times, is the same thing. And take it from me to Dank. The way you do anything is the way you do everything, I can assure you. So as a leader, as a father, you should know your child. You say, go and wash the clothes, and that child will go and wash the clothes. The one of you say, go and wash the clothes. He can wash the clothes very well, but he will not do it. He's not reliable. He didn't keep he doesn't know how to keep his word. That's from your child that you know this one, you can tell him, go and sweep this floor, go and wash this plate, go and do this thing, small tasks. But the person will not do it. You know he can do very well, but he will not do it. Because he likes to complain, excuse, procrastinate. I will do. There's one house help I have. My time not finished. Like seriously, okay. One house help I have. Anything you send that, she will say I will do it, but she will never do it. Oh, please, I'm going now. If I come back, make sure this one goes to laundry, this one do this. Yes, sir, I will do it. But come back is like that. My wife will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. He will never say no, but it's capable. He can do, but it's not suitable because he lacks integrity and it cannot be reliable. Okay, so I will read a story or just read something for just pay attention. Imagine delegating financial responsibility to someone simply because he is your friend. Friendship is not a qualification. Trust is important, but trust should be supported with competence, systems, and accountability. Successful global companies do not scale because one founder personally performs every function. An organization grows, founders increase, executive builds specialized team around such as operational, financial, technology, marketing, human resources, and customer experience. So great companies, great industries. The goal is not to find people who can merely obey instruction. The goal is to develop people who can take ownership and produce results. Write it on your notes. The goal is not to find people who can only take instruction. The goal is not to find people who can only take instructions, who can only obey instructions. That is not the goal. Is not to find people who can only obey instructions. Full stop. The goal is to develop people who can take ownership and produce results, tangible results, seeable evidence. The goal is not to find people who only obey instructions, who merely obey instructions, who only when you say go, they go, come, they come. That is not the goal. The goal is not to find people who can only merely obey instructions. That is not the goal. The goal is not to find people who can obey instructions. That is not the goal. The goal is to develop people who can take ownership and produce tangible result. Produce seeable result. Produce evidence. The goal is not to find people who merely obey instructions. Full stop. The goal is to develop people who can take ownership, underline the word ownership, and develop and produce results. Until I take ownership of the business, I will not be here. Until you take ownership of your business, you will not be where your business is supposed to be. The goal is not to find people who obey instruction. You tell him, send text, he send. No say, not send. Come here, he come. Go. That is, you don't need those people. They wear you, they tire you, you don't talk, they will not do anything. When you ask them, say, you do not send me now, what do you want me to do? That's not the goal. The goal is to develop people, leaders, mentors, the people who can take ownership and produce results. I'll give an example, don't write. Nehemiah gave us an example. When Nehemiah rebuilt the wall of Jerusalem, he did not attempt to physically rebuild the entire wall alone. He brought different families, different groups were assigned, specific portion of the wall were assigned. Each group had a responsibility. The larger vision was accomplished through a coordinating contribution. Delegation is not simply giving work, it is giving the right people meaningful responsibility with a clear system. Wrong delegation, write it down your note. Wrong delegation creates frustration. Wrong delegation creates frustration. Wrong delegation. Wrong delegation creates frustration. That is where wahala starts. Wrong delegation creates frustration. Wrong delegation creates frustration. Okay? Right delegation creates multiplication. Right delegation creates multiplication. 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 Not addition, multiplication. So, what you should do as a leader is to test the capacity of the people that you want to delegate tasks to. The right person is very, very important. You can delegate the right thing to the wrong person, it will scatter it. If you delegate the wrong thing to the right person, he will discover in the process and you get it right. The problem is the caliber, the content of character of the person you are working with. The content of their character. Because the world will be built in the next generation because of the content of our character, because of our attitude, the way you think and do things. So it's very important. You see somebody down, do book with the person. Before the person becomes an activator, you must have read at least 2-3 books with the person. Yes or yes? You will now know his capacity. From the first day, the person will start giving excuse. I'm not good enough. Things are not okay. You will know. So please don't get your business frustrated and stuck because you don't know how to rightfully delegate. You don't know the right. You don't know how to. Don't worry. By tomorrow or Monday, I will do something for you. But let me just see how I can deliver this one and land very effectively. Your hands can only do much. Your leadership can multiply through the hands of other people. Write this down. Stop being proud of being busy. Stop being proud of being busy. Full stop. Build systems that allow results to happen without your constant exhaustion. Stop being proud of being busy. I'm very busy. I'm doing everything. Yeah, I'm being proud. You're going to be exhausted. Stop being proud of being busy. Business is not productivity. Business is not progress. Beware of the barrenness of a busy life. Stop being proud of being busy. Build system that allows results to happen without your constant exhaustion. Stop being proud of being busy. Build system that allow results to happen without your constant exhaustion. Exhaustion. Without your constant exhaustion. So stop being proud of being busy. Build system that allow results to happen without your constant exhaustion. When I was growing up, my mother used to draw a timetable for us. Oh, this room is your own. You sweep today, or tomorrow morning, Tuesday, you sweep this other room. You sweep that room, and then you wash the plates. So she actually sits us down and tell us why I'm asking you guys to get involved in this house chores. It's because you grow up to become an adult tomorrow. Do. And after everything, he asked us to hold our hands, we'll pray, and he said, go and start your work. Every week, my mother will come and review that work. I never liked it. I tell you the truth, I never liked washing plates. I never liked sweeping the floor. I never liked dressing the bed. I never liked any of those things. So your leader may not like all those things, but he or she doesn't understand. The discipline you form and develop in the process will help you sustain outcomes and results. So build systems. They may not like the systems, but at the end of the day, it's for the greater good of all. The entrepreneur who does everything becomes the bottleneck of their own vision. Write it down. The entrepreneur who does everything becomes the bottleneck of their own vision. The entrepreneur who does everything, who does the marketing officer, the purchasing officer, producing manager, the entrepreneur who does everything becomes the bottleneck of their own vision. Please You don't become the bottleneck. Please get over the bottleneck. Create a system, create a team, put up a team together. Say, come, I'll make you fishers of men. I don't know why a man who wants to change the world will build by 12 disciples. Christ came to make impact. He has told you that we now called you that you keep the money. You do this, you do that. He delegate. Why can't you delegate? Our governor delegate. You have commissioner for this, commissioner for sport, commissioner for women, commissioner for youth, commissioner for health, commissioner for this. He can delegate. Every president has a minister. Minister for petroleum, minister for lands, minister for works, minister for this. Why can't you observe? Every CEO have to delegate. Why can't you observe? Observe and do the same thing. If you cannot delegate, you become exhausted, frustrated as an entrepreneur. Don't get yourself in that bottleneck. You're not coming out. Nobody's going to help you. You must help yourself. Touch yourself now. Say, I'm a success. Touch yourself, a millionaire. Have you written that when I said every entrepreneur, the entrepreneur does not, who does everything becomes the bottleneck of their own vision? You've written that one down. Shall I? Okay, write this down. Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Great leaders, powerful leaders, influential leaders, global leaders. Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Full stop. They develop people who can carry out responsibilities. Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Full stop. They develop people who can carry out responsibility. They develop people. Development means you have to walk them through a process. The envelope, open the envelope, bring out the best out of them. You know that all of us are gifted, embedded in us. So bring the person out. The person might not know he's a CEO, he's an entrepreneur, but you have to open his life, bring his giftings out, then help him identify his purpose and God's given mandate for his life on earth. Great leaders do not create followers. Who depends on them? Full stop. They develop people who can carry out responsibility. They develop people who can carry out responsibility. Just listen to me. Don't write it down. Your next level may require more. Your next level may not require more effort. It might require better delegation. Your next level may not require more effort. It might require better delegation. You cannot multiply yourself physically but you can multiply your impact through people and system. Micromanaging, of course, it says, I do not trust you. Effective leader says, I will develop you and hold you accountable. Alex, even the last statement you write today for me, I don't mind. Please, I want everybody to go to your note and write this statement for me. Micromanagement, of course, says, I do not trust you. I do not trust you. That's what it says. Yeah, that's what it says. I do not trust you. Okay. Now, effective leadership says effective leadership says, okay, this also it says S here. No, says, I will develop you. I will teach, train. I will develop you. Let's just put it like that. I will do the envelope. That is open the person. Let his giftings come out. I will develop you. Hold you and hold you accountable. And hold you accountable. That is impact. That is influence. Leadership is influence. I will develop you and hold you accountable. So, being an effective leader, it will cause someone who has inferiority complex, who has self-limiting beliefs, who look himself down, self-sabotaging beliefs. I'm not good enough. I'm broke and poor. Look him in the eyes. Say, read this book, someone. Let this course. You are the best of the best of the best creature of God. Best of the best of the best human on earth. Best of the best entrepreneur. Speak life into him. Speak life into him. Speak life into him. You are a leader. Other than looking up to you, a millionaire. You speak like you need to. You say, am I sure? Just act like the angel that appeared to Gideon. And when he was hiding from the media, and he said, you mighty man of valor. Gideon that was hiding, who never knew he was a mighty man of valor. Now look at himself again and say, really, truly, I can stand up, have something in me. He now led the army. Before you know, he conquered the Midianites and he became a champion because he believed in himself. Something made him believe in himself. So now, there's no angel again coming out. You are the angel now that will go and tell somebody, you mighty man of valor. Tell them, I am the angel. You are not talking. Tell them, I am the angel now. So you are the one that will tell somebody, you mighty man of valor, you entrepreneur, you businessman, investor. So you are going to develop someone and then hold them accountable, give them tasks to do, hold the vision, take the responsibility for the result, and definitely delegate the tasks, but never delegate get away you're responsible for leadership. You can make a living through personal effort, but you can create a extraordinary scale by learning how to develop people, build systems, and multiply results. The moment you stop trying to be the hero, you are who does everything, and start becoming the leader who develop everyone, your vision gains the capacity to grow beyond you. I think that should be the last statement for today, not the one I wrote. As a round up today, write it down your notes. The moment you stop trying to be the hero, the moment you stop trying to be the hero, the moment you stop trying to be the hero who does everything, the moment you stop trying to be the hero who does everything and start becoming the leader who develops everyone, the moment you become the moment you stop to be the hero, the moment you stop to be the hero who does everything as a father, as a mother, as a pastor, the moment you stop trying to be the hero who does everything and start becoming the leader who develop everyone, your vision gains the capacity to grow beyond you. The moment you stop trying to be the hero who does everything and start becoming the leader who develops everyone, your vision gains the capacity to grow beyond you. The moment you stop trying to be the hero who does everything and start becoming the leader who develops everyone, your vision gains the capacity to grow beyond you. Your vision gains the capacity to grow beyond you. Imagine me, I'm the one that will go and buy fuel. Like this morning we came and you have electrical fault everywhere. I'm the one trying to call the electrician, call everybody. I just relax. You know why I relax? Because I know somebody has been delegated to under response. Now we saw lights coming up. Not that they had any, just electrical fault. You are the one that will call the electrician. You are not here. Make sure you drag the guy here. Make sure the light is fixed. I don't think about it. It's a list of my worries. It's a list of my worries. Just like come, there is no mic. I don't need to bother. I just start talking. Mike will come, definitely. I don't need to worry. My car is faulty. I don't need to worry. I just call the mechanic, sit down and cool. My clothes not. I don't worry. I just call my rider, pick the clothes, take it to laundry. I just relax. I don't worry about many things. I just have security man, gate man, house help, just get things done. Happen around me. I just delegate the task and hold on the vision and hold the responsibility. It will be done. I don't panic. I don't. So the fact is that I don't try to be the hero, jack of all trades, master of none. No, don't try it. Oyedebo is not doing that. Adebo is not doing that. Kumi is not doing that. Pastor Yaklim is not doing that. Nobody does that. Why do poor men want to do everything? Only you. You get your leg and market. Only you come by, you go buy. You cook everything. You go do. Well, now, you won't kill yourself through away. That's why you're not effective. Now you're always exhausted. You're always tired. You're always frustrated. Nothing good comes. I don't want to go there. That's Monday. Let me round up this class. Online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentor will see far. See you on Monday. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.